Cool.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Yesterday in his speech in the Chamber, Douglas Ross said the cost of living crisis is one of the biggest threats to livelihoods in our lifetimes, and I agree. But this is not the first threat to livelihoods that my community in Motherwell and Wishaw has had to face in my lifetime at the hands of Conservative government. I'm old enough to remember the miners' strike, the closure of Ravenscraig, food parcels in the community, fuel poverty, the hated poll tax. The simple truth is, in those intervening years, for some in my community, they have barely recovered. And I hear Mr Lumsden talk and demand that the just transition is spent in full and that's there for the North East. But the steel industry in my community was thrown in the scrap heap along with the livelihoods aspirations of my community. And that's a mistake that this government will not make. For my constituents, I'm hosting 2 cost of living events in my constituency with my colleague Marion Fellows. The first will take place in the Lanarkshire Association of Mental Health and Wellbeing Cafe in Wishaw this Friday, and the next in the DL building where our offices are the following week. We have many third sector, council and government organisations there to help people both financially and with mental wellbeing at this incredibly difficult time. I'm urging my constituents to make use of these 2 events. We have from mental health local third sector organisations like the Miracle Foundation and YAMS. We had the food banks from across the area. I'm really sad to say too many of them because we shouldn't be having these in 2022. But they are coming and they have today, some of them put out an appeal because their stocks are low because of an incredibly busy weekend. We will have organisations that help with financial insecurity, Christians Against Poverty, the credit unions in our area, and Citizens Advice Scotland will be there. And I was really heartened to hear Patrick Harvey say that they're trying to build a hub to bring all these threads together for support for people in the community, and I would very much look forward to working with him going forward with that. We will have warmer homes, the fire brigades, the Andrews First Aid there, to make our homes as safe as they possibly can be as people are facing different challenges this winter. And of course Social Security Scotland, welfare rights and the DWP, employability services, and also support for families like One Parent Families Scotland. We'll be highlighting the many vouchers that are available both from private organisations and some other areas, some of the supermarkets like Aldi and Lidl, the programme from the SSPCA, who operate Pet Aid that support people who are struggling to feed their pets at home, and also some of the organisations that can make available period products free being delivered in the local area. 30 years after the closure of Ravenscraig and the poverty that I saw in my community, I am appalled that I'm having to host this event. But we will do as much as we can to support my constituents, and we will be highlighting all the Social Security Scotland benefits. I can't list them all, but we will try to be encouraging the uptake of things like Best Start Grant, Best Start Grant Early Learning Payment, Best Start Foods, Carers Allowance Supplements, Funeral Support Payments, and of course the Adult Disability Payment that has been mentioned, because these are rights of people. But I have to say, in all of this, I am fed up mitigating for decisions that are made elsewhere. I am fed up mitigating for the bedroom tax, for welfare reform, for the 2-child cap, for the rape clause. I want our country to be able to make its own decisions. I don't want to be pleading to a Westminster government to do a windfall tax. I want us to be leading on this.
You must conclude, Ms Adamson.
It's a simple choice, Presiding Officer, between a Boris element in a new kettle or the benefits of independence that are elementary.